Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching NDTV. I come to you from the town of Kasba in Bihar. The curtains are officially down on Bihar's election campaign. People of Bihar are ready to vote, and this will be the second phase of elections. 122 constituencies across 20 districts of Bihar will vote on Tuesday. The election results will be out on Friday. Is this going to be that one transformative election that will change the course of Bihar? Will this be that election that will seal the fate of not just Nitish Kumar but will also stall his innings, or will it be an election that will be an urge to bring him back as the chief minister? How is the BJP going to perform? Will the Congress yet again be the weakest link in the Mahagathbandhan? And how is the new factor Prashant Kishore's Jan Swaraj going to perform this time? Several questions there. How are the youth of Bihar that have been protesting for jobs and the issue of migration and paper leaks, how are they going to vote? And more importantly, is Bihar going to go beyond caste lines, and will women vote as one segment is also that one important question that not just political parties but also political observers are waiting to answer. Before I bring in my guest, let's also take a look at the big highlights of the election campaign, the words that were spoken, the promises that have been made, and yes, the battle lines that now have been set.
जंगल राज के युवराज से जब भी पूछा जाता है कि जो बड़े बड़े झूठ उन्होंने बोले हैं वो पूरे कैसे करेंगे, तो वो कहते हैं उनके पास प्लान है। और जब पूछा जाता है भी बताओ प्लान क्या है, तो उनके मुंह में दही जम जाता है, मुंह पे ताला लग जाता है, उत्तर ही नहीं दे पाते।
किसके? एक घुसपैठियों की वोट की बात कर रहे हैं। मुझे बताओ काटना चाहिए या नहीं काटना चाहिए? अरे जोर से बोलो, काटना चाहिए या नहीं काटना चाहिए? भाइयों बहनों, मैं आज च्यवन ऋषि की भूमि पर बताकर जाता हूं, ए राहुल बाबा को जितनी यात्रा निकालनी है निकाले, पटना से लेकर इटाली तक, मगर वो घुसपैठिए को बचा नहीं पाएंगे। देश और बिहार से एक एक घुसपैठिए को हम चुन चुन कर निकालने का काम करेंगे, चुन चुन कर निकालने का।
भाइयों और बहनों, चुनाव का समय है, पोलिंग बूथ पे आप सब सावधान रहिए। ये बीजेपी के लोग चोरी करने की कोशिश करेंगे, आप इनके सामने खड़े हो जाइए, वोट चोरी नहीं करने दीजिए, क्योंकि अगर आपने वोट चोरी रोक दी तो यहां पे महागठबंधन की सरकार बन रही है, 100% बन रही है।
प्रधानमंत्री जी हो या केंद्र के मंत्री हो, कोई भी लोग 65% जो आरक्षण हमारी 17 महीने की सरकार ने जो बढ़ाया था, उस आरक्षण के बारे में ये लोग कुछ नहीं बोल रहे। लोगों का आरक्षण खा करके बैठ गए हैं प्रधानमंत्री 65%। इस पे बोलना चाहिए, बात करनी चाहिए। पढ़ाई, दवाई, कमाई, सिंचाई पे बात करनी चाहिए। 11 साल का हिसाब देना चाहिए।
Okay, we have Kuntal Krishna of the BJP joining us. We have Anwar Pasha of the RJD joining us. We also have Ajit Jha, who is a consultant with NDTV, an author who has been tracking Bihar elections very closely. Thank you all of you for joining me on this broadcast. Kuntal Krishna, to you first. I know this has been a very rigorous election schedule for all of you all, and a big applause to both you and Anwar Pasha. The election campaign is over now, but I think the big task also begins now. Kuntal, help us understand this one thing. What, according to you, leaving the bitterness and the disagreements aside, what do you think was that one factor that drove this election campaign, and why do you think the NDA is going to make a comeback?
See, the major issue in this election was opportunities. Now, no one talks about roads, no one talks about electricity, no one talks about that safe environment, because it is already there. People ask us that, okay, we need more industrialization, we need more opportunities, we need more entrepreneurship in the state. And this was the major issue, and this is the major focus point and priority for NDA. we are going by our track record. We are simply saying that look at our track record, then vote for us. The Bihar which we got in 2005 was a state where things were in utter desperation. Bihar was in a total sacked state. And from that point, we had taken Bihar to a position where Bihar is ready for a big leap now. We say, उड़ान के लिए है तैयार अब बिहार, फिर से एक बार एनडीए सरकार, रफ्तार पकड़ चुका है बिहार, फिर से एक बार एनडीए सरकार. These 5 years which we are pretty sure that our Devtulya Janata of Bihar will give us.
Yeah. Kuntal Krishna, I also want to ask you one question. I've been in Bihar for the last 3 days. One thing that I notice is that women want the 10,000 rupees. They agree that they have been paid that 10,000 rupees. Women want more of these benefits, more of money, especially because they are all stuck in that, the self-financing loans, and they want their loans to be waived off. I do feel that there is so much that Bihar could have done. How long is the NDA going to tell the people of Bihar that, just keep thinking about what happened in the past. Your present is better than what was in the past. How long is that going to be your, go-to method? Do you think that this is also the time for Biharis to ask questions of the NDA, especially of BJP and JDU, as to why certain things could not get done in the last several years?
Vasudha, you came to Bihar, I know this, and you must have seen that Bihar has got one of the best infrastructure now. We have built up the infrastructure. And when you talk about women empowerment, when you talk about making women self-reliant, it is not only this year. We started this process right after we came to power in 2005. In 2006, we built up that cooperative called Jivika. That's a SHG. And I am very delighted to tell you that right now, the market capitalization of Jivika is 52,000 crores. Jivika has got a market capitalization of 52,000 crores, Vasudha. And again, the same point. The Bihar which we got 20 years ago, that was a state which was in a deep trouble. We have taken Bihar out of that trouble. These 5 years are going to be very crucial for Bihar. Bihar is going to be an industrialized state. Bihar is going to be
point taken. Point taken, Kuntal Krishna. I'll come back to you. Let me bring in Anwar Pasha now. Anwar Pasha, you heard the BJP spokesperson out. When it comes to vote chori, I have been in Simanchal for the past 2 days. Yes, vote chori is one of the many issues, but they talk about lack of development, lack of infrastructure. Do you think that your ally Congress party could have talked more about other things than focusing on SIR and of course vote chori, and that could have been better for both of you?
Good evening. I think you are in Bihar right now, and you might have noticed that the wind of change is blowing in Bihar. People want a change. They are fed up with the government that has been there for the last 20 years. And all the claims of development, that becomes irrelevant if you see the high number of unemployment in Bihar, unemployed youth in Bihar, the migration in Bihar, this illiteracy. 50% of women are illiterate in Bihar. Poverty is there. Per capita income is lowest in the country, in Bihar. So all these issues we are raising. These are our agenda. We are going to the people. You might have seen our manifesto. We have promised that we are going to deliver at least one job to each and every family in Bihar. And that is working. Youth are with us. We want a respectful life for the women.
Okay.
We have promised to give them 2,500
that's an
per
important
month.
point, I'm sure. Yeah.
We are talking about it, and what the Prime Minister is talking, what our Home Minister is talking, what is talking. They are talking of Ghuspaitiya.
The problem is, a lot of these
desperation, just to second.
A lot of these job promises can also be unrealistic, and I mean about both sides here. Let me bring in Ajit Jha here.
Just give me 3 seconds.
Okay. Talking about youth, Ajit Jha, what was, according to you, the defining feature? Let me bring in Ajit Jha here. Ajit Jha, what do you think was the most defining feature of this election? Because there was an SIR rally that Rahul Gandhi did, but clearly there are other issues on ground. When I talk to women, when I talk to people, a lot of them say that tarakki hua hai, lekin they want a lot more in the sense they want some solutions to migration. There is also a sense of despondency in a lot of people. They feel that nothing is going to change. In fact, today I also found out that there is a lot of labor shortage in many of these industries here. So clearly everybody makes it a point to leave Bihar. Isn't that a very sad state to be in for a state? In that case, why do you think Nitish Kumar is hoping for a comeback, and why do you think the RJD won't make a comeback?
Okay, Vasudha, you asked a couple of very interesting questions. Let me first point out, because I also traveled like you in Simhanchal, what I noticed in the last, let's say, couple of months. Initially, there was a wave for what would one call for Prashant Kishore, because it was mainly in the social media. Then once the voter Adhikar rally began with Rahul Gandhi and Tejaswi, we all felt that there was a buzz for the challengers, the main challengers, the Mahagathbandhan, especially for Rahul Gandhi and Tejaswi Yadav. But of late, there is a third wave in Bihar, and that wave is exactly what you pointed out. I would say a sympathy vote for Nitish Kumar. And why is this happening? The three waves. And why is there, as you said, a comeback for Nitish Kumar? I think one simple reason is because, especially Prashant Kishore, the way he has been attacking Nitish Kumar, he's suffering from whatever, mental problems, and he should be out. If he gets more than 45 seats, I will resign from politics, personal attacks. And if you see how Nitish Kumar retaliated in a very, very soft manner, he said, "Inko to main ghar pe rakhta tha." He would be in my house in one Animarg. And look at him now. He's turned against me. I asked this question to not less than 50 people while I was in Simhanchal, and they had very similar reply that माँ बाप बूढ़े हो जाते हैं घर में तो क्या आप उनको बाहर फेंक दोगे? कैसा बेटा है ये? वो उनको घर में रखते थे, and now look at him, the way he's turned around. That has brought that softness of Nitish Kumar.
Right.
Nitish Kumar by nature is very shy. He listens, he talks less. Prashant Kishore is the opposite. They are like chalk and cheese. And I think people of Bihar, they don't like when you attack someone who's 75 years old in a very sort of vociferous manner. And Nitish Kumar, after all, has been the longest serving chief minister of Bihar.
Very important
for 20
point,
years.
Mr. Let me take this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me take this question to Anwar Pasha. Anwar Pasha, apart from what Mr. Jha said, which I think is a very important point, the sympathy factor for Nitish Kumar, the kind of applause that you need when a man is leaving the stage, the political stage, I don't know if that is going to happen. Anwar Pasha, one thing that I do find very prevalent is the narrative around Jungle Raj. Every person I met, especially from the deprived sections, does talk about pehle kya hota tha. And Rangdari, see, I come from the south of India. Now, Rangdari is something that even I have become familiar with. And the fact that even if you had 10 rupees with you, you were in danger, you had the threat. Has Tejaswi Yadav failed to change the discourse around Jungle Raj?
The narrative of Jungle Raj is an outdated narrative now. We are talking for the future of Bihar. They are talking for the past. This is the difference between our narrative and the narrative of opposition, the BJP and JDU. Ajit Jha is correct that there is sympathy for Nitish Kumar ji, but there is anger and resentment in the JDU against the BJP. They are not clearing his name for the prime minister, for the chief minister in Bihar. So this is also a factor in Bihar, and people within NDA, there are groups. The JDU people are not voting for BJP. They are saying that they are not going to make our leader.
Okay, completely out of time. Kuntal Krishna, very quickly. Okay, Kuntal Krishna, closing remarks from you, sir. What is your expectation? Also, Mr. Pasha, just because BJP has not officially announced Nitish Kumar doesn't mean that the voter of Nitish Kumar will vote against Nitish Kumar. Yeah.
No.
Kuntal
Vasudha,
Krishna,
Bihar has got two options to choose from. One, a government which has delivered good governance, rule of law and safe environment. And another, where their workers have started talking about that let our government come, we will abduct you on gunpoint. भैया की सरकार बनने तो कट्टा पे उठा लेंगे. So people of Bihar has got two options and they have to choose one of these two options. This is why we are pretty sure that we are coming with a big bang. NDA is coming back. You can see the writing on the wall. NDA is coming back with a big bang.
We will talk again on the 14th of November. Thank you, Mr. Jha. Thank you, Kuntal Krishna. And thank you, Anwar Pasha, for joining us. Is it going to be a vote for change or is it going to be a vote for Badlav? That remains a big question that Bihar voters will give us the answers for. Meanwhile, during the course of the last few hours, I also visited a brick manufacturing unit in Madhubani and I spoke to not just laborers there but also employers, and I got to some voices from the ground, and I also spoke to Sanjay Jha, who's a working president of the JDU, which is the most important constituent of the NDA here, and he also talked about the future of the JDU. Let's listen into those conversations. Last few minutes left for the campaign in Bihar to end. The working president of JDU is here with us, Sanjay Jha. Sanjay ji, ये बताइए कि what is the expectation from the second phase of election on the 11th of November?
We have seen the first phase also and we are getting a tremendous response. I have not seen this kind of response even in 2010. The women are coming in the public meeting more than a man. We have never seen that. You have assessed the first phase also. So definitely it's a huge gap.
Started the campaign, it looked like Mr. Nitish Kumar could have been a liability, but towards the end, it looks like he is central to the campaign. Yeah.
I tell you one thing which I told most of them. Whenever you feel Nitish is down, and I see media covering in Delhi largely. So I have seen in 2024 Lok Sabha also, before that also. So he has done so much for the state. Once you travel in the hinterland, you travel in the rural area, you will know what he has done for the state. That support he has in the entire Bihar. And that is why even after 20 years is a long time. And Bihar is a very, very volatile political state. It is not like Odisha, It's a volatile political state and then you are there for 20 years and you are equally popular as you were there in 2010 or 5. He must have done for the state. So that support he has.
Position on Waqf, is that going to be a challenge for you, especially when it comes to the segments of Muslims who have been voting for Nitish Kumar?
I don't think Waqf is there for the relief of Muslims only. So I don't think that is the issue in the Bihar.
One of the last questions, is there any possibility of any shift happening? Because people are saying that JDU will do well, RJD will also do well.
No, it's not correct. Entire NDA will do well. The entire NDA will do well.
Was SIR an issue this election, sir?
Good question. Because leader opposition traveled 12 or 16 days here only in this highway. अगर नीतीश कुमार ये रोड नहीं बनाए रहते तो राहुल गांधी इस रोड पर यात्रा नहीं कर पाते. वाजपेयी जी का बनाया हुआ रोड है ये जो ईस्ट वेस्ट कॉरिडोर है. अपने समय का रोड रहता तो यात्रा करने का हिम्मत नहीं करते. 16 days he traveled in this road. पूरे बिहार में is it an issue since SIR happened only in Bihar? This is an issue. अगर वो इशू है तो we challenge कांग्रेस कि इसी इशू पर इलेक्शन करा ले. Let's have referendum on this.
Sanjay ji, last question. Who or what is the future of JDU, considering a lot of people are saying that this is a farewell to Nitish election?
अब ये तो दुनिया कोरोना हो जाएगा, दुनिया पलट जाएगा, उसका तो कोई नहीं बोल सकता. कल क्या होगा कोई नहीं जानता है. कल और पार्टी का क्या होगा. कल जो पार्टी लड़ रहा है, द काइंड ऑफ इनफाइटिंग उस पार्टी के अंदर उसके फैमिली में है, उस पार्टी का क्या होगा नहीं जानता है. एज फार एज JDU इज कंसर्न, नीतीश कुमार इज द लीडर and we are winning big time this election. What will happen in future? He is the leader. As on date, he is the Chief Minister of Bihar. He will be the Chief Minister of Bihar. He will decide what will be the fate of the party. But if we are having support of the party, of the Bihar public, and if Nitish Kumar work and legacy is there, the party will grow further.
That is working president of JDU Sanjay Jha reiterating that Nitish Kumar will remain the chief minister of Bihar and that he will be deciding the future of JDU as well. In the last few years, Bihar has become synonymous with migration. One rhetoric about Bihar and also a truth, a reality on ground is the fact that people of Bihar don't want to work in Bihar. They find jobs outside, they find better livelihoods, better salaries outside Bihar. We are at a brick kiln, a brick chimney, a brick factory in Madhubani in Bihar, and this is where the new Bihar is being made. In fact, these are bricks that are being manufactured in some ways. They're also being built, and there are many workers working from across the state to make the raw material that's essential to build several flyovers, bridges, buildings that the new Bihar, the new prosperous Bihar that is synonymous with its own potential will need in the course of the next few years. We have with us Suresh Pathak ji. Suresh Pathak is somebody who runs this brick chimney. Suresh ji, ये बताइए कि यहाँ पे आपके पास कितने लोग काम करते हैं और हम हर जगह देख रहे हैं कि लेबरर्स काम करते हैं. आपको क्या लेबर की समस्या आती है, क्योंकि हर कोई बिहार से बाहर जाना चाहता है, तो बिहार में लेबर कहाँ से मिलेगा आपको?
ईंट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का लेबर बिहार में बहुत कम है. ये काम बिहार के लेबर से नहीं हो सकता है, इसलिए हम लोग बाहर से मंगाते हैं लेबर.
बाहर यानी कहाँ से?
डिफरेंट जगह से. यहाँ से जैसे हम अभी बंगाल से मंगाए हुए हैं. बिहार में काम करता है, गया साइड का लेबर है, माझी सब, वो लोग जो हमारे यहाँ उपलब्ध नहीं है.
तो जैसे ये हो गया मधुबनी, ये हो गया नॉर्थ बिहार, और आपका लेबर आता है साउथ बिहार से, जैसे हाँ. यहाँ पे कोसी नदी का भी तो प्रभाव पड़ता होगा.
गर्भ में ही हम लोग बसे हुए हैं, कोसी का ही प्रभाव है. अब जब से कोसी का बांध बना है उसके बाद से यहाँ काम चालू किए हैं हम लोग.
तो कोसी ब्रिज से आपको क्या फायदा हुआ है?
कोसी ब्रिज से फायदा हुआ, जो कोसी का पानी जो पूरे एरिया में बहता था वो अब सीमित जगह से बह रहा है, जो आगे कोसी ब्रिज है.
राइट. ये बताइए कि लेबर एक दिन में कितना कमा लेता है यहाँ पे?
वो इनकी मेहनत पर है.
लेकिन लगभग कितना कमाता है एक दिन में?
एक दिन 500 रुपया.
500 रुपया. और अगर बाहर जाता है तो कितना कमाता है? जैसे
हमको आइडिया नहीं.
अच्छा, लेकिन काफी ज्यादा होगा, इसलिए लोग जो है बाहर जाता होगा. ये बताइए कि बिहार बढ़ रहा है, बिहार में तरक्की हो रही है या नहीं हो रही है?
बिहार में तरक्की हुआ है. और जिस तरह तरक्की हो रहा है वो अगर होते रहेगा तो अच्छा बिहार बनेगा.
सरकार, नई सरकार से क्या उम्मीद है आपको?
कोई उम्मीद, नई सरकार से क्या उम्मीद करेंगे? नई सरकार को देखेंगे तब न बताएंगे. इससे पहले जो हमारी सरकार चल रही है वो ढंग से काम कर रही है.
अच्छा, ये जंगल राज का जो मसला है, ये आम, जैसे आप एक आम नागरिक हैं, आपकी लाइफ में क्या इम्पैक्ट पड़ा था उसका उस टाइम
में हम थे? उस समय में हम वैसे भी यहाँ पर वास्तव में जंगल राज था. लोग निकल नहीं पाते थे घर से, डरते थे. कोई काम ठेकेदारी पाटादारी कोई करता था, उसमें रंगदारी मांगा जाता था. उस समय लोग और पलायन करते थे. लेकिन 2000 के बाद से 2005 से यहाँ धीरे धीरे स्थिर हुआ है. अभी अच्छा से लोग चल रहा है, काम कर रहा है, अपना कमा के खा रहा है. सरकार से बहुत ज़्यादा अपेक्षा नहीं कर रहा है, लोग अपने कमाने पर अपेक्षा कर रहा है.
सरकार से क्या उम्मीद है? सरकार को अच्छा काम करना चाहिए
और सरकार का काम करना चाहिए कि यहाँ पर रोजगार देना चाहिए, फैक्ट्री लगाना चाहिए, या तो कोई बिजनेस धंधा रोजगार देना चाहिए. ये सरकार कुछ भी नहीं करता है. ये शिक्षा की वजह से बिहार पूरे पीछा है. यदि शिक्षा यदि सुधर जाएगा तो ऑटोमेटिक है Bihar progress करेगा.
Well, in the last many years, there's been a promise that's been made to the people of Bihar that there will be industry in Bihar soon, and the sons and daughters of Bihar will not have to go out. But the irony of Bihar is that today, while Bihar exports a lot of labor and has become the essential labor market for other states, the state of Bihar has a shortage of labor for its own essential industry. We are in a brick manufacturing unit in Madhubani. This is one of those largest, most important brick manufacturing industry. And while this is also part of the Kosi region of the state that suffers from flood, it's also important to understand that this is an essential industry that is fighting to get labor. It gets labor from other parts of Bihar, often at higher rates from what the other states pay to get labor. But the most important thing is everybody wants industry to come so that their own essential industries grow and the state prospers. With camera person Pooja Arya, this is Vasudha Venugopal for NDTV.